Good afternoon, class. Today we will be talking about how childbirth awareness has changed the lives for many women. How in our society women in childbirth are viewed differently. How we should make sex ed mandatory class in every high school. Allowing women to have the access to free childbirth or more affordable childbirth can help decrease the number of unplanned pregnancies in teens in the U.S. Statistics have shown since 1995, pregnancy rates have decreased over 50%. 500,000 teens nationwide have an unplanned pregnancy, which shapes their future and takes them down a different path, a path that was unplanned due to a pregnancy. This could be all avoided due to contraceptives and having an easier way to obtain birth control. If our society accepted the fact that our teens were sexually active, and if the cause of contraceptives was lower, statistics have proven that contraceptives and talking about abstinence to our teens has helped reduce the rate of unplanned pregnancies in the last 20 years. Shame. The shame that we bring to the women about when it comes to abstinence is a double standard when it comes to males. Yes, in the past few years, the norm has changed, but not by much. Women are looked at as whores and not appear if involve any sexual activities before marriage. We need to provide a comfort when it comes to our young women and let them know that having sex, it's okay, as long as you do it safe and you talk about it before you do it. There's a quote that I want to read from my slideshow. It says, "I am a mother, and other mothers shame me because I give my daughter birth control pills and condoms. I'm sorry, I wanted my kid to have safe sex." Just like in that quote is an anonymous quote. But why do we shame other women when it comes to having birth control? We should be prompting them up to use birth control. The more birth control you use, yes, there's a chance that you still get pregnant, but the chances are lower. According to guttersmatters.org, a couple who does not use any methods of contraception has approximately 85% chance of expecting a pregnancy over that course of a year. 85% chance. That's a huge percent chance. If you use contraceptives have a chance of a 99.9% chance you won't get pregnant. But 85% chance that you will if you don't use it. Sex ed. When schools make sex ed mandatory, it allows the teens to be able to ask questions that they can't ask to their parents, uncomfortable and awkward questions. And at a sex ed class, they're able to express those feelings and talk to a teacher about it. With my personal experience, I remember being in a sex ed class in high school. The teacher showed us these gross and disgusting pictures about sex of sexually transmitted diseases. Not only that, but that class, after taking that class, made me never want to have sex. Just due to the fact that we were shown so many sexually transmitted diseases, I got grossed out. But not only that, but the teacher always gave us research and places to go, resources to go if we did want to become sexually active and how to do it in a safe way. But once I was older, I did use these resources and I was so happy that I knew where to go without my parents knowing what I was doing and get that safe sex and have a birth control that I didn't have to pay for. Because where I'm from, Colorado, birth control, if you're under the age of 18, it's free. So it was not bad. So I thank my school for giving me that time and giving me those resources when it came to having safe sex and protected sex. There are different types of birth controls, which a lot of us fail to forget about. I'm going to mention a few. the more common ones, and I'm going to mention as well as their failure rate. So the implant. The implant is literally a tube, a rod this big, an inch, that gets implanted in your arm. The failure rate on that one is 0.5%. The IUD is what I have right now, and the failure rate is from 0.2 to a 0.8%. Injections is pretty much they put an injection in your buttocks, and you get them every 3 months, so it prevents you from getting pregnant, and that's a 6% failure rate. The ring, pretty much what the ring is shaped as a little ring. You just stick it up your cervix and you just leave it there for 3 weeks. Take it out, you're protected. 9% failure rate. The patch is one of the, if you remember the cigarette patches, like to stop you from smoking cigarettes, is shaped the exact same way, and it releases hormones. You could either put it on your back, on your side of your hip, or in the back of your hip. It releases hormones, that way you don't get pregnant. Failure rate on that is 9%. The pill is probably one of the most common birth controls, but also you have to remember to take it at the same time every day and not miss a day, or not. If you do, then the chances of you getting pregnant are high. And then there's also the most common one, male condoms, but we know male condoms do tend to break, so the failure rate on that is 18%. Female condoms aren't usually that our society is not that aware of, but failure rate on those are 22%. To conclude today, we talked about how birth control awareness has changed the lives for many women, how our society views women and birth control, how we should have sex ed be more mandatory, allow women to have access to free birth control and more affordable. That way they can help reduce the number of unplanned pregnancies in the U.S. And thank you for listening, and thank you for taking the time to come out here and listen to my presentation. Also, the fun fact that Colorado has offered a free birth control plan for the last 5 years and has seen a rate of unplanned pregnancies has dropped 40%. Abortion rates has dropped 42%. So once again, if we talk to our teens about safe sex, there's a higher chance that they'll actually listen to us. Talk to you about the resources, look it up, and just be there for our young women, because our young women need that support. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.